guys, welcome to today's video. My name is Chum and today I am going to make a special video that I think is going to be a meaningful one to me in the near future. I just finished my first year of college and I think this year just went by so fast, but it's because it was just so crazy, so fun and exciting at the same time. So today I'm going to be sharing my 5 biggest lessons I've learned in this past year as a college student. In the future, I hope to come back to this video and watch it and see how much growth I've made. So with that being said, let's get into today's video. I felt like there was a lot to unload for this video, but I think my first lesson that I learned was that everyone is here for the same but very different reasons. You just meet so many people who are studying different things. They have very different aspirations and goals, and at the end of the day, you can't really compare yourself to anyone else and really just be ambitious for yourself. In college, I really have 0 ounce of competitiveness within me. I really challenge myself to do well in school, but at the end of the day, I don't feel like I'm playing against someone else. I think it's so easy to bog down yourself with that mindset and just always constantly feel pressure and be nervous in class. I kind of have a positive mindset where I'm coming to class with the ultimate intention for me to learn and for me to better myself, and so that's probably the biggest lesson I've learned academically. And I really want to emphasize the part about being ambitious for yourself, because you do really have to learn how to study in college. I thought I knew how to study from high school, and it's just so much different in college courses. And I also learned that sometimes you just don't understand anything. There will be days when you come to class with no motivation whatsoever, and that's okay. I feel like we pressure ourselves into understanding so much material, but at the end of the day, if you don't understand something or you can't do it, like literally just accept it, try your best and find resources to help yourself out, but don't blame yourself for not understanding everything, because we are humans. We, you know, have flaws and we're not perfect. Okay, the second lesson that I learned is you really have to stay true to yourself and your values, because you're going to really find meaningful connections and friendships when you're truly who you are. And this was something I struggled a lot, because coming into college, I felt like I had to act a certain way, do certain things, and be a part of certain organizations. I don't know, associate myself with certain people or things to live the college life. And I feel like that's why I was so, not miserable first semester of college, but I would say I was not, you know, excited or in love with life as much. Do things that I personally really wanted to do, and to go along with that, just be open to meeting new people who may have different views and grew up in different situations. Also a really good opportunity to learn from people who may be different than you, and don't limit yourself to have to hang out with only a certain group of people. You can be friends with people, but you may not agree with everything that they think, and that's okay, as long as you kind of find a fine line between friendships and also holding onto your values. And then I would say this is one of the biggest thing I've learned about friendship, is that a lot of times friendships form out of convenience, and that's kind of hard to say sometimes, to think that you're only friends with someone because it's convenient that you're always together. I think it's important to not always avoid convenient friendships, but to recognize it and to make an effort to maintain that friendship even though it's convenient. Some friendships are out of convenience, but it doesn't have to be, because you can make the effort to make it not convenient, if that makes sense. Alright, so the sun just came out of nowhere, so this lighting is terrible, but I'm gonna keep going. My third lesson that I learned is that you have to prioritize all 3: emotional, mental, and physical health. And it's like a triangle, you know? It's so easy. It's such a common sense thing, but all of high school where I thought like my physical health doesn't matter. As long as my mental health is good, I'm good to go. That's not how you should think at all. I made myself sick so many times this past year in college because I wasn't getting enough sleep. I wasn't eating right, I wasn't taking care of myself. I also learned that emotional health is so important. Like, being in tune with your emotions and not ignoring them is so important. Like, it makes life so much easier if you have like the 3 types of health all in check. You don't have your parents to check up on you. Like, you're there by yourself. If you're feeling sick, you need to like figure it out, you know? I always thought I knew how to take care of myself until I came to college, and I was like, oh dang. It's a learning experience for everyone, and I can't like sit here and tell you how to take care of your mental, emotional, physical health, but it's something that has made me grown a lot. If you don't have good health, like, you can't do anything at all. You're not motivated to go to school. You can't physically get up to go to school. Make time out of your day to do your hobbies, do something that's stress relieving. And like, if anything, I've learned that sleep is so important, and I still struggle with sleep when I'm stressed or anxious. Like, I just cannot go to bed, but sleep is so important. If you just don't sleep and you put that to the side, you're just gonna one day crash, and that's not a fun thing to do. This sun, this lighting, and this setup is making me really stressed out, but it's okay because we're gonna move on to the 4th lesson that I learned, which is use college as an opportunity to explore life, explore your identity. I came into college with this mindset of, I'm here to fend myself. I have no one here with me. Like, obviously I had, you know, my family and friends, but like, I'm really here all on my own, and at the end of the day, like, the things I do are for myself. With that mindset, I really became someone who is even more independent than I was before, and I really pushed myself to go out of my comfort zone, do things that I was scared of. There's been a lot of things that I've learned about myself, which is, you know, I became more independent, someone who's a lot more confident in myself now. With my new like growth of identity, I learned that I do associate with people with certain groups and organizations, but at the end of the day, I'm myself. Like, I'm one person. That really allowed me to not care about what other people think. Prior to college, I was so in my head about what other people thought of me. As long as I know who I am, and I know that's very cheesy to say, but as long as I know that I'm a good person, that I'm here with good intentions, I really don't care about what other people think of me. You are always with yourself, and that's stupid, but let me explain. People are only in your life, or like see your life, a couple of hours a week. Like, they're not always with you 24/7, but you know, you're with yourself 24/7. You know what you do, you know what your intentions are, you know your goals and your values, and so having people's words affect you negatively is just a waste of time. People's opinions out of care for me matters to me, but negative opinions about me does not matter to me. Last thing, or the last big lesson I've learned in college, is that my outlook on life has changed so much because of the people I've met. Because when you look in the grand scheme, when you're so high up above the ground, you look down and you see all these tiny houses, you can't even see people. So like, us as humans, we're just like a little speck, and sometimes we get so caught up in our own life and our own problems that we're like, life sucks, right? But to recognize that and to pull myself out of my own head and realize that, like, yes, my problems and life is very much valid, but it's not the end of the world. I can wake up tomorrow and start a brand new day. My outlook on life has been so much more positive when I think that way. And also I read a book this year about joy, and what I really learned from the book is that you can never truly be happy, and I've really acknowledged that for myself. I'm someone who is always wanting the next thing. Like, I can never be truly happy, but I can always try to be present and be grateful and find those little moments of joy and happiness versus trying to create a life that's all flowers and rainbows and color. I really romanticize my life. Like, I wake up and the sun is out and I'm getting my morning coffee and I'm like, life is great. And I think that's such a big thing for me when I've always been someone who was kind of pessimistic, not only with myself but with life, and just to see life in a brighter way has really made it more fun, more enjoyable for me. And I do really have been grateful for everything that I've had and received in life. And so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was a little rambly and long, and I was trying to find a way to make this video more creative, but I was like, I just want to sit down and talk and have like a little chit chat. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys got something out of it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.